Number two, and getting outside of the court system is where we're headed next. So if you want to just get outside of the court altogether, you're going to offer cash for keys. If you watch the news or you go on a blog, people say, oh, just call the tenant yourself and offer them cash for keys. I never do that. I always go the attorney route, because the attorney is going to have a different effect towards the squatter. When they get that phone call from the attorney and they're like, hey, I'm representing 123 Main Street LLC. You're in our property. I've been hired to get you out. I can be your best friend or your worst enemy. I'm going to offer you some cash, and you can take the cash, and that would be a smart thing for you to do. And if you don't, I'm going to make your life a living hell. And that's how the attorney's going to talk. They're going to big dog. And that's what you're paying them for, to go in to big dog to get your property back. It's almost like threatening a tenant. If you go to a tenant and say, look, I really need the rent this time, just give me the money. And they're like, I'll have it next week. And they keep not having your money, and you keep making excuses or listening to them. Once you hire that attorney and say, the attorney calls and says, look, we need the money by Friday or we're filing. They know you're serious. They know you lawyered up. Once you lawyer up, everybody takes you seriously. And a lot of the times you won't even have to cash your keys. If they know you have an attorney, they're just going to bounce, because they don't want to get on the bad side of the attorney. But the attorney, because they're big dog, and they can usually negotiate that price lower than even you could, because they know you're desperate. You're desperate, and a lot of you don't have experience yet. You haven't dealt with hundreds of properties, so you're not even comfortable talking to contractors yet. You're not going to be comfortable talking to a squatter, or you're too emotional, you're too angry, upset. You need that third party to kind of come in and negotiate for you. So the first step to me is hire the attorney and get them to approach the tenant. If you don't have the tenant's contact information, skip trace them. Send some eyes and ears to knock on the door. The attorney can put a notice on the door with their number on it. We can do that too. Hey, here's a 10-day notice. You better call this number, or we're gonna kick you out of the property. People will call, especially when they see the attorney. Step two, make a cash for keys offer. How much do you offer? Well, typically you're gonna start at like $500. Don't start high. Don't come in like, I'll give you $5,000, just get out, please. Don't start high. It's a negotiation. Start low. Start like $500, $700. Let them work you up. Most people will get out for like $1,000, $1,500. They're going to get out of the property. If they get over $3,000, then you just tell them, look, if you're going to charge me that much, I'm just going to file the eviction on you. And then I'm coming after you for the cost of the eviction, everything. Cost of the ejectment, all of it. I'm not going to stop. It's going to stay on your record. I'll garnish your wages. I'll do whatever. I'll go to the end of the earth. And then people will think about it and then take the money. But you typically don't want to be over 3,000, because if you go much further over 3,000, you might as well have just hired an attorney. Step three, make them sign paperwork. So many people miss out on this step. So they get the cash for keys. They negotiate with the person. The person says, sure, I'll take $1,500. So they give them the $1,500. The person moves out, and they just let them go. And a week goes by, and the person's back in the house, and they're asking for more money, because now they know you're going to pay them. They know you'll give them money. So they're trying to squeeze you for more money, or they're telling their buddy, hey, you come through now, and this guy's paying, so maybe you can get another 1,000 out of him. Always make them sign off. Hey, you got to sign this piece of paper saying you took cash for keys, you delivered me the keys, and you gave us possession of the property for $1,500 on this date. Have them sign on that dotted line. That will keep them psychologically from even thinking they're going to come back. And if they did come back, you would have a new piece of paper saying, hey, look, they signed this. They said they're giving us possession. They got paid. And you can show that to the cops. They'll arrest them, throw them out right on the spot in a place like Philly. And then do the lockout ASAP. Do not wait to do your lockout. Do your lockouts ASAP, right on the spot. So once you get them to sign, you gave them the cash. It's same time, same time. Do the lockout right there on the spot. Don't wait a day. Just don't delay, guys, because you don't want to play around with that possession. And as you're locking it out, you want to put more security in place. And we're going to talk about the security.